Hello, my name is Excited to Speak, and I'm Kyson today. So I was thinking, what would be the most awkward way I could come into this? How'd I do? Huh? Pause for the applause. Good, thank you. I figured I'd impress you with that. Hello, my name is Kyson Stoker, and I am awkward. Just a simple fact I embrace about myself. Today I'm here for one purpose, and for one purpose alone. And that is to help each of you live your groove. Remember that. We'll circle back in a second. But for now, if I were to do a little less awkward of an intro, I'd go a little something like this. Now is the time to groove. I'll briefly explain what this groove thing is, and then spend most of our time here together explaining the why and the how to live it. Why should you guys listen to me? Truthfully, you shouldn't. I'm here because you should listen to yourself, because ultimately the decision is yours. Will you take the time to adjust your perspective, your self-perception, and your choices in order to let the music of life flow deeper into your life? So pay attention to those thoughts that pop in your mind and feelings that kind of burn in your heart. This is your groove speaking, pushing you to action, bringing the change that only you can know. And believe me, it'll be wonderful. Now, what is this groove? I think you already saw it. You just may not have noticed. Shall we rewind a bit? All right, wait for it. Wait for it. Right there. Pause. Go back a little bit. Right there. Check that out. That is my groove face. Don't worry, I'm not in pain. It's actually meaning that I'm in my groove. I'm knowing that my contribution is enough. It's powerful. It's musical. I'm comfortable in my skin. Each of us has a groove, unique attributes and talents that make us who we are. Today we'll be chatting about 3 steps to living our groove. Find, improve, and share. Step 1. Do you remember that time when you realized that you're not the same as everybody else? That you could do some things that nobody else could? Or that even the nobody could do things you couldn't? For some of us, it happens early on. For some of us, it's later. And let's be honest, for most of us, it's kind of a daily situation. Finding our grooves is about questioning the narrative. Let's be honest. There's a lot going on in the world right now. There's more narratives to question than I have time or qualifications to talk about. But questioning the narrative starts with the voice that affects us all. It's about questioning the most bitter and unforgiving critic of them all, ourselves. It's about taking a stand to these inner voices that silence us and those thoughts that leave us paralyzed. It's about determining that our quirks and our qualities, our strengths and our weaknesses make us wonderful and needed and powerful. Let's look at the drum set for an example of some thoughts we all too often have. Now, listen to this music, right? Some good stuff. Does anybody feel like it's missing something? Huh? Some of you might be saying yes, some no, some of you might be looking at the drum set and you're like, you silly goose, there's no drums in it. This is true. Ultimately, however, the music is missing you. Or in this case, it's missing me. Now, if we're to look at my instrument, it's an awkward set of cylinders and cymbals that make loud and obnoxious noises. It'd be easy for me to listen to this music and think, well, I don't have anything on my instrument that sounds like a guitar or that synthesizer. I definitely can't sing beautiful lyrics with my drums. So I guess who I am just doesn't fit. It's too different. The music's better off without me. I mean, I want to try, but I just don't want anybody to notice me. What if I try and mess up and ruin it for me and for everyone else? Sound familiar? Some what ifs here and what ifs there. We're constantly trying to prophetically divine our future before we ever take a step into our present. But I wonder if I accept and embrace all the awkward parts of who I am, or what my instrument is, if it really will ruin the music. So, my friends, take time to question what others, what culture, what you yourself think about your groove, about your unique contribution. This is the first and probably biggest step because it lays an essential foundation for living our grooves. What strengths do you have? What might you be afraid to show? What weaknesses or quirks are unique to you? This just might help you identify your unique groove. As we consider these aspects of ourselves, it's important to understand what's true and what's not. Let's go on this journey inspired me by a mentor. Go back with me. Think of a time when you told a lie. How'd that feel? It feels kind of mushy and dark and restrictive, right? Do we ever give in to beliefs about ourselves that kind of feel that way? Beliefs about our weaknesses, about our past, about setbacks, about fears of the future. They feel restrictive and dark and a little mushy. I submit this idea to you that they feel like lies because they are lies. As we discover our groove, pay attention to that dark versus light feeling. When you find truths about yourself, they will always feel like light. Like your heart's expanding and like you're taking a drink of the best dang chocolate milk there is out there. That might be just a personal thing. All right, step 2. I've now found out unique attributes about myself. Is that it? No way, not today. I didn't come this far only to come this far. Let's move to a live example. On the drums, I'm constantly learning new ideas and new concepts or new parts of my groove that I then put through the refiner's fire of thousands of repetitions to be able to put it in my drummer's toolbox to be able to use later on, right? So let's throw ourselves on the drums here. Sit down at the trusty drums here. Take this relatively simple lick. We'll throw in some hands. Feet, hands, foot, more hands, and we'll just repeat it over and over again until my limbs fall off. Huh? Pay attention to that lick. We'll bring it back a little later on. So anyways, my wonderful friends, wherever you are, not to make this little virtual relationship we have awkward, but I love you. And I love your grooves. You are the best this world has to offer. So do yourself a favor by offering yourself the best you are. I issue this challenge as life gets busier and busier, because it becomes so easy for taking time to develop our grooves to be drowned out by jobs we have to work, people to please, bills to pay. So today I issue this challenge for 10 minutes a day, for you to take time to refine those personal attributes and quirks about you, whether it be practicing an instrument, playing a sport, calling people you want to stay connected with, Whatever it be that helps you refine and connect to your groove. Plan your days out beforehand. Make goals with family so you can support each other. Take advantage of work breaks. Whatever needs so you can get those 10 minutes a day. I promise you'll see progress and that you'll feel a deeper connection to your personal life fulfillment as you do this. So, I found out I'm a drummer. In case you guys didn't realize yet, I'm a drummer. And I've taken consistent and intentional time to improve on my skills on being a drummer. And I'm having a grand old time. But, as quoted in The Sound of Music, love isn't love till we give it away. Our groove isn't our groove till we give it away. My drum groove won't create music until I give it to the band and let it roam free. True, we don't develop and share grooves to impress or please other people. I promise you'll get caught into an endless cycle of discouragement and darkness there. But this world is in dire circumstances, from self-loathing to segregating, from comparison to crime, from widespread disease to intra-spread lack of peace. We need your groove now more than ever. So, we share. We find careers, public offices, and other organizations that allow us to improve this world through our unique attributes. And I know, please trust me, I know that the grooves you each have will create powerful music in this world. But the biggest impact you'll have will be on those closest to you, and in the smallest of ways. I'm saying, please get out there and dream big. Dream big. But remember that the biggest successes come from the smallest intentions. I had an experience that had a big impact in my life. I went to high school once. I'll never do it again. Years after high school, I got an email from a girl I went to high school with. Didn't know her super well, but I did. And she's explained to me that she wanted to thank me. That she had moved to our high school and that she was finding her place there. And here I am reading this, to be honest, thinking that I must have done something heroic. Some kind of hero. And she says that she wanted to thank me for saying hi to her in the halls. That was it. Years after our high school experience, she felt the need to send me an email to thank me for saying hi. As you guys share your grooves, you will find that the smallest moments will create deep and heartwarming music. So, should we put the groove we developed to the music? See how it sounds? All right, let's send it. Remember, our groove consists of the unique attributes and abilities, even the weaknesses we have, that make us who we are. This world has a way of taking the beauty we give it and throwing it back in our faces. Don't you let it. Your groove is powerful. It is enough. It's needed. You are powerful. You're enough. And we need you. When things don't go quite as planned, and trust me, they won't, look to the Live Your Groove guide more as a spiral staircase. That as we apply the same steps over and over again, we're reaching greater heights, right? As we're sharing our groove, we're discovering more things about it. And as we're improving, we're finding other ways to share who we are. When our groove is mocked and rejected by others, we can revisit those things we've learned for what they mean to us, appreciating that. When we can't fully contribute like we'd like, we can take time to improve on those things we've learned. Find, improve, share, repeat. Look for the light, learn from the dark, and find, improve, share. Repeat these steps over and over again, and I promise that your story will be a very, very happy one. We can all avoid the regrets of tomorrow by choosing to live our groove today. Thank you.